Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my last video of 2024, and this was originally going to be a Bookmas video, but I got sick for the last, so I didn't get to do that. But I'm going to be tier ranking all of the books that I read in 2024. I think I read 160, but my Goodreads says 159, Fable says 160, so I'm not really sure. I wasn't going to individually count them all, so it's that range. I got my template from Sarah Caroli when she did her tier ranking video. So I'll link it in the description, so if you guys want to tier rank your 2024 reads, you can do that as well. So first, I'm just going to go through the different tiers. So the first one is should have DNF'd. This is like, I forced myself to read it and I wish that I didn't because it put me in a slump or it was just a waste of time. And then do not remember reading this. Basically, like, yeah, I do not remember reading it. Probably going to be a lot of the books that I read earlier this year, or just books that I just checked out during and wasn't paying attention. Then we have We Were Rooting for You. This was like, we were excited about this book. We thought it was going to be a new favorite, and it just did not live up to our expectation. I'd recommend, but haven't thought twice. I did enjoy it. I would recommend it to other people, but I don't really think about it that much. Then the next level is ate this up, but not God tier. So we ate this book up. We absolutely loved it, but it's not like a 6-star read. It's not quite there, but still amazing. And then the top tier is inject it into my veins, please. 6-star read, absolute favorite, love. Okay, so I also got these wireless mics for Christmas, so I'm holding it down here, but if you see it, if it comes up anytime, that's what it is. So first one is Wildfire. These are not in order of how I read them, because when you upload the pictures on here, it puts them out of order, so they're not in any particular order. So the first one on here is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I read this in January, I think, and I did really enjoy this one. I'd say I didn't eat it up, but I'd say I recommend it, but haven't thought twice. I loved it when I read it, but it really hasn't crossed my mind since I read it. Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. This is the third book in the Outlander series, and I think technically I did DNF it, but I just skimmed it. But I should have DNF'd it way sooner than I did, so we're just going to put it down there. Then The Wedding Witch. I'm going to say We Were Rooting for You, because this is the third book in the X-Hex little series, standalone series by Erin Sterling, and it just did not live up to my expectations of this series, because I love the X-Hex and the Kiss Curse, but it just wasn't quite there for me, and it felt kind of a chore to read. Then we have Never by Jessa Hastings. This one I was really excited for, but it was not good at all. I don't know if I want to put this in should have DNF'd or We Were Rooting for You, because I did end up skimming it. I think I could not read it fully. I'm going to say We Were Rooting for You because it's a Peter Pan retelling by Jessa Hastings. If you don't know who Jessa Hastings is, she wrote the Magnolia Parks series, and I love that series, but this just it was not giving what it needed to give. So we're going to put that in We Were Rooting for You. Next is Kingdom of the Sweets by Erica Johansson. This is a Nutcracker novel, and I read it this month. It's one of the Christmas novels that I read, but I don't know if I'd recommend it. I didn't really care for the plot. It felt like it took forever to get through, and there just was not much action. So I think I'll say We Were Rooting for You because I thought it was going to be amazing. I love retellings or reimaginings, so the fact that it was a Nutcracker novel I thought I was going to eat it up, but I didn't. Next is The Fake Mate. I really don't remember reading this. I wouldn't say we were rooting for you. I don't think I'd recommend it. So we're going to say I don't remember reading this because I think I ended up having to listen to some of it on audio just because I could not get through it. So then we have The Fury by Alex Michaelides. This, I'd say I'd recommend it, but I haven't thought about it because it's a good mystery. I've liked every book that I've read by him. I don't think they're like anything special. I'm not like blown away by them, but they are really easy reads and entertaining, so I would recommend it, but I don't ever think about it. Out on a Limb. Either this is ate this up but not gone tier. I don't think I want to inject it into my veins, so I'm going to say I ate it up, but it's not god tier. I love the romance in this, and it's a surprise pregnancy trope, but it's done very well. So I absolutely love that book. Listen for the Lie. I'd say I'd recommend, but haven't thought twice about it. I do like, it's a mystery book with podcast elements, which I do enjoy in mysteries. I think it's really fun, kind of like The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I haven't really thought about it since I read it. Heartless Hunter. I ate this up. I feel like I rave about it like I would want to inject it into my veins, but I don't think it's god tier. There's other books on here that I think I enjoyed way more. So we're going to say ate this up, but not god tier. The Honeymoon Crashers by Christina Lauren. I forgot I read this. Don't remember reading it. It's a novella that takes place after the honeymoon, the Unhoneymooners. Is that what it's called? Yeah, The Unhoneymooners by her, and I listened to it on audio while I was at work, and I can't tell you what it's about. Then I have the first 6 Death Note novels. I do remember reading them. I read them in January, but then I ended up watching the entire show, so I don't really have any interest in finishing them. I'd say the first one I'd recommend. I think that one's really good, and then I don't really like the way the rest of the series goes, so I'm going to put them in We Were Rooting for You, because I think it just didn't hold my attention for very long. So we're just going to go with that. Then The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Either We Were Rooting for You or I should have DNF'd it. Although I didn't want to DNF it, it's good vibes. I just didn't like the romance in it, so I'm going to say We Were Rooting for You. Binding 13. I want this entire series injected into my veins, please. I will never shut up about it. Ever. Binding 13, Keeping 13, Saving 6, and Redeeming 6. My new favorite series. I love it. I have no words. I want to inject it into my veins. I'm reading Taming 7 right now, so it's not on here, but the series is amazing. Next is Firefly Lane. I'd say I ate this up, but it's not god tier. It's not my favorite book by her, by Kristen Hanna. Red Rising, should have DNF'd. I actually listened to it on audio, and I forced myself to listen to it, and I was intrigued, captivated for the first half, and then I do not remember what happened at all. Fly Away by Kristen Hanna. I think I'll say We Were Rooting for You, because it's a continuation. It's the next book after Firefly Lane, but I don't think it was necessary. And it just wasn't necessary. Sable Peak. I don't remember reading that at all. It's part of the Eden series, but I couldn't tell you what happened. Agatha Christie Halloween Party. Should have DNF'd. I wanted to read this on Halloween, and I just skimmed the entire book, and I did not enjoy it. Kind of put me in a slump, to be honest. A Fate Inked in Blood. I'd recommend, but I haven't thought about it since I finished it. It's a Norse read, is that what it's called? It's a Norse fantasy. I don't remember. Viking. I don't know what the words are, but that kind of fantasy, and I thought it was very interesting. I've never read a fantasy or book in general with that kind of background, so I thought that was really fun. And I do think I want to continue the series, but I do need to refresh my brain on what happened. I would say that the plot, like the ending, I predicted, so it's kind of predictable, but I really liked it. Next is Picking Daisies on Sundays. I don't really have any recollection of reading it, but I did like the romance, so I would say I recommend it, but I just haven't thought about it. Girl Abroad, I'll say we were rooting for you. I haven't really seen that many things about it, but from what I had, I thought I was going to enjoy it, and I just did not like the main character, and I was more intrigued in the side plot than the main plot. Bride by Ali Hazelwood, I'd recommend, but I really haven't thought about it. That's her first, like, fantasy that she's come out with. It's paranormal fantasy, and I think it was pretty good, but I don't really think about it. All the Light We Cannot See, I was rooting for it. It's either Should Have DNF'd or We Were Rooting for You, but honestly, I think it's more like we were rooting for you because so many people rave about this book and the show, and I don't get the hype on it, honestly. The Assassin's Blade, I reread this year. I would say ate this up, but not God tier. It's not my favorite in the series. But in general, the whole series, I would like. The entire Throne of Glass series, I would like injected into my veins. But I'm going to just say for that one, it's not God tier. The reappearance of Rachel Price, I'd recommend, but I don't really think about it at all. Read that in like a 24-hour readathon, and I'm surprised I read that one because it's really long for a mystery, but it was still good. Story Life of A.J. Fikry, I'd recommend, but I don't really think about it. It's a really short novel, but just a regular, like, fiction. Reckless, We Were Rooting for You. I feel like that's everyone's, like, biggest disappointment from 2024 is the second book from the Powerless trilogy. I'm so excited for the third one, but that one was just sort of a letdown. After I don't remember reading this. I think I read this in a day. It's a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, but I don't remember what happened in it, so, yeah. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Inject into my veins, please. My favorite Emily Henry book. Happy Medium. Do not remember reading this, even though I read it in October. I really don't remember the plot that much. Swift and Saddled, I recommend. It's not my favorite in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, but I did enjoy it. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center, I gave 5 stars, but I don't think I want it injected into my veins. Say we ate this up, but it's not God tier. Wisteria, I ate it up at the time that I was reading it, but I'm just going to say I recommend it, but I don't really think about it. Just for the Summer, inject into my veins, please, and thank you. Happily Never After, we're rooting for you. I really want to like Lynn Painter's young adult romances, but I just don't care, and I'm going to say the same with The Love Wager. I'm going to get that one and put it next to it because I feel like so many people love her adult romances, and especially The Love Wager, and I did not enjoy it. I did not like the characters or the plot, so Butcher and Blackbird should have DNF'd. I also was rooting for it because it has pretty good reviews for it to be a serial killer romance, but I just did not enjoy that aspect of it, so I should have DNF'd that one. Into the Dark, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I don't think that the whole series I want injected to my veins, but I think maybe this book I do. It's a really good book. Made me feel a lot of things. The Grandest Game. Either we were rooting for you or should have DNF'd. I think the books that she's been coming out with that are continuing, like the original Inheritance Game trilogy is amazing, but everything else that are like spin-offs, I just don't enjoy as much anymore. But I do want to continue the series because I do like the puzzles in them and the riddles. I might change it to We Were Rooting for You. This summer will be different. I ate this up. But not God tier. That's all I got to say. Summer romance. I don't think I want to inject it into my veins, but I ate it up when it came out. Beach cute, should have DNF'd. Characters, so annoying. Plot, no plot. Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood. I recommend, but I haven't really thought about it since it came out, or since I read it, so. Talent for Murder, should have DNF'd. I was not enjoying this as I was reading it, but that's going to be one of my goals for 2025, is to DNF more books if I'm not enjoying it, because I don't want to waste my time on them, and honestly, like, if forcing yourself to read a book just puts you in a reading slump, so I want to prioritize quality over quantity in 2025. Novel love story, I feel like I have the unpopular opinion that I ate this book up. I feel like I'll eat up anything Ashley Poston puts out. A lot of people were disappointed with it, but I loved it. It's not God tier, but I ate it up. The Spell Shop, it was good. I think it's a good folk fantasy, but I haven't really thought about it since. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, I'd recommend. I think it's a very interesting Christmas-y romance with mystery elements. It seems more mystery than romance, but I liked it. It was very entertaining. The God of the Woods, probably should have DNF'd. I just did not enjoy the plot, and I think thinking about it now, I shouldn't have forced myself to read it. The Paradise Problem, I'd recommend, but I haven't really thought about it. It's a really good book, but I wouldn't say I ate it up. Ministry of Time, I ended up giving this 5 stars when I read it, but I do not agree with that anymore. I think it's more like a 4-star, because, yeah, I ate up like the first 40-50%, but then after that, I just wasn't enjoying the plot anymore, but I would recommend it. I just don't think about it anymore. Daydream by Hannah Grace, I'd recommend, but I haven't thought twice. I think this entire series is probably going to go in this level, because it's my favorite one in the series, but I think they're not, like, I don't think about them that much, is what I'm trying to say. Wild Love, same thing, by Elsie Silver. I recommend, but I don't really think about it that much. Actually, I'm going to put it and eat this up, because I did enjoy that one. Same with Wild Eyes. I'll go ahead and put this one next to it. I enjoyed Wild Eyes more, but I eat up anything Elsie Silver puts out, so. The X-Files, we also ate up. I don't want it injected into my veins. I'm not quite there yet with it. Maybe a reread will get me there, but I did eat that up. The Lost Story, I think I was rooting for you because I had just finished The Wishing Game, and I love that one. But then I went straight into this one, and it's a Narnia retelling, and I just feel like I kind of forced myself to read it. So. The Love of My Afterlife, I recommend, but I haven't thought about it since I read it. Ashley Poston, With Any Luck, I don't remember this at all. I didn't enjoy it, I know that. But it was like a little 80-page novella, and I don't remember it. 5 Broken Blades, we were rooting for you, because I think the concept of the plot was very intriguing, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be. I don't even know if I want to continue the series. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. So, Love Unwritten. I think the trope in this I ate up. I enjoyed it more than the first one, but it's not God tier. 1-star romance. I did enjoy the time. I think I gave it 5 stars, but I haven't really thought about it since I read it, so we'll say I recommend, but haven't thought twice. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. Should have DNF'd. I don't know why I forced myself to read this book. I wanted to see how bad it could get. And it just kept getting worse, so. Graveyard Shift by M.L. Rio. It's a novella. I recommend, but I don't think about it. Spectacular, a Christmas novella in the Caravel series by Stephanie Gerber. I'll say I recommend, but I don't think about it. I read it recently, but The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern. I'd say we were rooting for you. I thought this book was going to be a 5-star when I started it. It has dual timelines, and it's kind of magical realism, and I thought I was going to eat it up, and I just didn't enjoy it like I thought I would. Powerful by Lauren Roberts, a powerless novella. I'd say I recommend, but I don't think about it that much. It's a good little novella if you want more from that story. Phantasma. I ate this up when I read it. I was very much surprised at how much I ate this up while reading it, but it's not God tier. A Man Called Ove. I wouldn't say this is a book that you would want injected into your veins, so I'm going to say I ate this up. I really loved it. Book of Witching, I do not remember reading this. I think I enjoyed it at the time, but I don't really remember the plot or specifically reading it. So, A Winter Wish. I think I read this while I was 6, so you'd think I wouldn't remember, but I recommend it. I haven't thought about it since finishing it. Okay, Air of Fire. I did reread this year, inject into my veins. It's one of my favorites in the series, which I think is an unpopular opinion, but I love it. Lessons in Chemistry. I'd recommend. I haven't really thought about it. I really enjoyed it when I read it, but I don't think about it. Lost and Lassoed. I ate this up. Single parent trope. I'll eat up every single time. I love it. Nothing like the movies. I want injected into my veins. I love Liz and Wes. I love them. And I love Lynn Painter's YA romances. I'm in the minority, I know, or I think. I've never heard anyone say that they love her YA romances more than adult, but I do. I love them. P.S. I Hate You. I ate this up and I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. So, ate it up. It might eventually become a book I want to inject into my veins. I really enjoyed it. It has good banter and funny moments, but it's also very deep and emotional. And I really was pleasantly surprised by it. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Should have DNF'd. I don't want to say that since we were rooting for the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I did enjoy it, I shouldn't have really read the second book in the series. So I should have DNF'd it. My December Darling by Lauren Asher. I recommend, but I haven't really thought about it. I think it's a good Christmas novella, even though it's actually like 270 pages, which is more than I would expect from a novella. But I really enjoy the characters in it, more than I thought. The Nightingale. I ate this up. Not God tier, but I ate it up. Cruel Winter with You by Allie Hazelwood. I listened to this on audio, and I think I recommend, but I don't think about it, just because it's a novella. A Little Life. I don't really know how to... I don't think I would recommend it, but I'll just say do not remember reading this, because I feel like I blacked out reading this. It took me a long time to read it, and I don't remember everything in it. But I don't think I should have DNF'd it. So we'll just say we don't remember reading it. Renegades. I recommend. I haven't thought twice about it. I do want to continue the series. Beartown by Frederick Bogman. Inject this into my veins. Please and thank you. I love it. I gave it to my mom to read this month, and when I get it back, I want to reread it. and then continue the series because I love his writing. It's so good. Perfect Couple. We're rooting for you. I feel like I'm always rooting for an Ellen Hilderman book, and I just never enjoy them. So maybe we'll get one next year. Kristen Hanna, The Great Alone, I want injected into my veins. This is my favorite book by Kristen Hanna. I ate it up, and I want it injected into my veins. Next is Dance with Thieves. I listened to this on audio. I don't remember a lot of it, but I haven't really thought about it, I guess. But I would recommend it. I kind of want to reread it again. Cersi, I should have DNF'd. I was not enjoying this at all. Don't remember what happened. So yeah. Ghosted. I think I ate this up, surprisingly. It's not God tier, but I ate it up. Masters of Death. I don't remember reading this at all. Tattooist of Auschwitz. I recommend, but I don't think about it. It's a sad story, obviously, as anything is about that time period. Silent Patient. I recommend. It's a good mystery. Like I said earlier about The Fury, I like all of Alex Michaelide's mysteries, but I don't really think about them. Heartstopper, this entire series, we want to inject into our veins. Simple as that. I'm going to put all of them in this level because this entire series is amazing. I love Nick and Charlie so much. I have so many books on here, it's hard to get them all out there. Okay, there's one more. The House in the Cerulean Sea. I don't really remember reading this. I think I liked it at the time, but I don't remember what it was about. It's a cozy fantasy, but I don't remember what it was about. Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I recommend, but I haven't really thought about this one in particular by him. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is a reread, so I don't think I'll say I ate it up. But I ate it up the first time that I read it. I think I ate this up, but it's not God tier. The Prison Healer. I think this entire series I ate up, but it's not like my absolute favorite. So we'll put the entire series in. We ate this up. Next is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I'd say I ate this up, but it's not God tier. I don't think this entire series is her best, but honestly, I think I did. I kind of ate this one up. I feel like that's a non-popular opinion, but I did. Just Last Night by Vari McFarlane. Should have DNF'd that. I did not enjoy it at all. Same with Mary Jane. I just was not having a good time reading those. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is a reread, and I want it injected into my veins. Please and thanks. Local Woman Missing. I read this in like less than 24 hours, and I would say I ate this up, but not God tier. Rock, Paper, Scissors. Don't remember reading this. It's my first Alice Feeney book, I think, but I don't really remember the plot or sitting down and reading it. The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. I'd recommend, but I don't think about it. Discovery of Witches. Same thing. I started watching the series on Netflix, and I do enjoy it, and I do want to continue the series, but I really haven't thought much about it since I finished it. The Ashes and the Star-Crossed King. Don't remember reading this at all. Curse of the Wolf King. Should have DNF'd that. I hated reading it. A Season for Second Chances. I'll say we were rooting for you. I thought it was going to be like a cozy... Well, it is a cozy read. I thought there was going to be romance in it. It's not a romance book at all. Off to the Races. I'd recommend, but haven't thought about it. And that's this entire Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver. It's her first series that she came out with. I don't think about them that much, but I did enjoy them. I enjoy all of her books. The Roughest Draft. To be honest, I ate this book up. I think I read it in a day also. So, we'll say that we ate it up. But it's not God tier. Mr. Wrong Number. I actually don't remember reading this one. Or I'll say we were rooting for you. Because, same thing, it goes with Lynn Painter's other adult romances. I can't get on board with them. Foxglove, I'd recommend, but I haven't thought about it. And the same with this whole series. I'll put Belladonna next to it. The No Show by Beth O'Leary, I'd recommend, but I don't think about it. It was a good Valentine's Day read. Set on You, I honestly don't remember reading it or what happened in it. The Bodyguard, I should have DNF'd. I did not enjoy that book at all. And same with Hello Stranger. These are the Rom-Comers is the only book by Catherine Center that I've enjoyed, and I don't know what that means. So, Nora Goes Off Script, I ate this up. It's not God tier, but we ate it up. Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I would say I still would recommend it, but I think I wanted more from it. Like, I think I'm going to put it in We Were Rooting for You, because I loved The Unmaking of Jude Farrow by her, and I was expecting a lot from this one, and it just didn't hit the same. I would still recommend it, but I think it fits better in We Were Rooting for You. When in Rome, I'd recommend, but I don't think about it that much. Same with Lightlark. I want to continue the series, but I don't think about it. Before I do, I should have DNF'd. I did not like the romance or the plot. Same with this one. Better than fiction. I hated it. Very Merry Bromance. I'd recommend this. I don't think about it that much, though. But it was very good. Cold World. Should DNF this. I hated it. I can't tell you what it was about. I hated it that much. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. To be honest, I do think about this, and I ate it up. Ricochet by Becca Ritchie. This one, I feel like Ritchie by Krista and Becky Ritchie. I should have DNF'd it, but I'm going to say We Were Rooting for You, because I really want to like the Addicted series, and get into her other series, but I just don't like the characters. I can't really say anything about the writing, because I don't remember what it was like. So, I'm going to say We Were Rooting for You. If only I had told her. I think maybe this wasn't necessary. Like, this didn't really need a sequel. So I'd say I'd recommend it if you wanted more from that story. But I don't really think it was necessary. Tom Felton's memoir, Behind the Wand. I enjoyed this. I'd recommend it. I especially recommend listening to it on audio, because he narrates it, and it's very enjoyable. The Prisoner's Son, I should have DNF'd it. I didn't remember much about the first one, so I wasn't going to enjoy this one anyway, but I forced myself to read it, and I hated it, so. Love Theoretically, I ate this up. It's not God tier, but I ate it up. I think it's my favorite Allie Hazelwood book. Jasper Veil, do not remember reading this. Again, part of the Eden series. I think it's the 5th one, maybe, but I don't remember it. Happy Place. Every single Emily Henry book I want injected into my veins. Please and thank you. That's also a reread. The Last Word. I'd recommend. It was okay. I don't think about it, but we'd recommend. Icebreaker, this goes with Wildfire and Daydream. I'd recommend, but I don't think about it, really. Practice Makes Perfect. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think that I ate it up, so we'll put it with I'd recommend. Oh wait, I have this book on here twice, so we'll just put it next to that one. Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. I'd recommend. I didn't enjoy it as much as her other ones, so I'd say we recommend. But I haven't thought twice about it. Talking at Night. To be honest, I think I ate this up. It's not God tier, but I really enjoyed it. If you like normal people, you would really like this book. I think that's why I ate it up. The 5-Star Weekend should have DNF'd. And I think I tried to, and then I ended up listening to the rest on audio. It wasn't necessary. The Wishing Game, I ate this up. Not God tier, but I ate it up. It's what made me read The Lost Story, and then I didn't end up really enjoy that one as much. Maybe not. It's a novella. I don't really know how you DNF that, but we're just gonna put it there. How to End a Love Story. I don't remember reading this. I kind of vaguely remember what it was about, but I have no recollection. Now this, The Right Move by Liv Tom Forte. This is surprising because I tried to read Mile High a couple months ago and I hated it. I DNF'd it. And then I started this one because Sarah Carole was like, in one of her videos, she was mentioning that she DNF'd Mile High also, but then she continued the series, and she loves the rest of the series, so I was like, we'll do that. And I ate this up. The Right Move is good. So I'm starting Caught Up, the third book, on my Kindle, but it was really good. So those are all the books that I read in 2024. It's nice seeing, like, all of the books and, like, the books that you read earlier in the year you don't remember. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll leave the link for this template that Sarah made in the description so you guys can tier rank your books as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye.